Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our very first Let's Play. I am your host, Blaze Knight, and yes, joining me is my sister, my pet Jasper. I know she's not a pet.
I do wish.
Yes, she's joining me for this, and welcome to our first Let's Play, Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade. Just want to say big thank you to everyone who helped me get the capture card, especially my buddy Scheming Fox. Thank you so much. Now we can finally get this Let's Play channel down. I know you guys have wanted me to see me do Let's Plays for a while, so here we are, starting with Fire Emblem 6. Why did we start with the 6th one? Well, because I was about to explain.
Well, I have no idea. I've never played this.
I want to go in chronological order of the ones I've played fully. So, because we don't have a 3DS capture card yet, so we can't do Awakening of Fates. Sad days. But I want to get through them so that by the time I have the capture card, we'll be done. I mean, this isn't chronological because there's always Fire Emblem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am currently playing 4, but I haven't beaten it yet, and I don't want to have a Let's Play of me stumbling around like an idiot for like 2 hours. But we're starting with Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, released in 2002 in Japan, though there was a certain someone who made it into a certain fighting game from this game.
Oh my god, he's from Smash Bros, isn't it?
Yeah, Roy.
Roy, yeah.
Yeah, our boy Roy, yeah. This is Roy's game.
I'm not going to say most people, most likely in the West, know Roy from Smash Bros.
Yeah. But, this game I was able to get a patch from. Someone sent me the link my way, and I'll have a link to the ROM and the patch in the description so you guys can play. It's really easy to emulate. Visual Boy Advance is an amazing emulator.
It is. I think it's the only one I use. I did get the N64 one,
but that fucked up massively.
Yeah, massively backfired. I'm like, oh no.
But anyway, here we are in the continent of Alive, and as you read on screen, we just not eBay.
I'm sorry, the names of Fire Emblem, I can never pronounce them.
Oh, you have no idea. I've been called out on that so much. But yes, this is the Kingdom of Life. We had backstory about the dragons and the Scouring. Yeah, basically 1,000 years ago or something like that, there was a massive war between the dragons and the humans. And now they're split into different things. The dragons are gone. And yeah, this is the story that's going on. Basically, Burn is the big military nation. They're trying to...
Burn.
Yeah, sick burn. And they're trying to bring back the dragons and stuff like that. And the nations are basically at war. Funny enough, the next game in the series, which I'm very looking forward to playing, is a prequel to this game where we'll get more backstory on that.
Quick question.
Yeah?
Are the dragons, can they turn into people like Tiki?
One of them can. The Divine Dragon can, yes. Well, I say it's a corrupted Divine Dragon.
So, quotations around divine.
Yeah.
Like most politics nowadays.
But yeah, this is just backstory on all the different nations and stuff like that. But yeah, this was not the first Fire Emblem game in the West, even though Roy was here. That's the next game, Fire Emblem 7, or just Fire Emblem as people know it. And we'll be moving on to that one. Don't know when, because we're not going to do one Fire Emblem game after another, or I will die, because
we are humans too, you know?
Yeah. Well, not just that. I have experience. First of all, I cannot play a Fire Emblem game and then go straight to Radiant Dawn, because you know what happened last time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Radiant Dawn. Suffer.
Radiant Dawn almost killed me after going straight after another one. But also, I played Fates 5 times in a row, and that was an experience. And our main villain of the game, Zephyr, one of my favourites. Well, we'll get into that later. But yeah, also, this is, for those wondering, this is post-commentary, so I've already recorded up to Chapter 9 right now. And we're just... Because for RPGs, we're going to do post-commentary and stuff, and we're just, like, talking over the stuff and that. So, don't suggest units, like, in Chapter, 2 and stuff I should use, because I've already established which team I'm using. And here is our boy, Roy.
Our boy, Roy! Oh, no, Roy's our boy!
Roy's our boy! Yes, Roy is our boy, though... Actually, I'll talk about that later, but no, not yet. So this is just the basic outline of the story, and...
So in Fire Emblem 7, it's his dad.
There, Elowood.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but he looks a lot older. He's suffering from the dreaded Fire Emblem illness. Basically, in Fire Emblem, when someone goes ill, they're either so weak they can't move or they're dead. That's how it works. I'm ill. Oh, you're dead.
Catch a cold and you're dead.
It's like an anime. Oh, you're a mother of the main character. Oh god. You also have a slight ponytail. And this is Hector. He now has a beard.
Oh my gosh! Hector, wait. I think I saw a picture of him for Fire Emblem Heroes, right?
Yeah, Hector.
And he had no beard. He looked really
because in the thingy game, in 7, you see him when he's younger, same with Elowood. And this is his daughter, Lilina. Yeah.
Lilina, okay.
Yeah. His little girl, Lilina, and our boy, Roy.
So this is kind of hard for me because I've never seen this game properly till now.
Yeah.
And now I just keep thinking back to Fire Emblem 7 because that's their parents.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah. You're playing as the
weird.
you're playing as the offspring, but they do look weird because Hector has a proper beard, and Eliwood looks very ill.
So he's probably gonna die.
Yeah. Where's that Philosopher's Stone when we need it?
Please. We'll just have to sacrifice countless humans' lives.
Yeah, that happens anyway. But anyway, first chapter of the game. Dawn of Destiny.
Dawn of Sorrow. Hey.
Shut up. But actually,
Epic
speaking of which,
foreshadowing, right?
speaking of which, why don't you tell the audience what you plan to Let's Play for the channel?
Right, so I'm going to be, of course, working alongside my brother here with the Let's Plays, and I think I'm going to do Castlevania.
Some of them.
Some of them, not obviously all of them. Like, I won't do Symphony of the Night, I won't do probably Castlevania 5 because I haven't properly played those.
You're doing 4 though.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing 4 because that's my favourite. I don't care what none of you say, that's my favourite. I'm probably going to be doing Aria of Sorrow because I introduced you to Aria of Sorrow, didn't
But I love Aria of Sorrow!
Yeah, but I introduced you to it, so I get to do it.
Oh, screw you!
I'm doing it now.
Fine, but I'm doing Order of Ecclesia.
Yeah, I ain't played that, so have fun. I will also be doing Metroid soon.
We'll both be doing Metroid,
Yep.
but we'll do different ones.
Yeah, so I'll be doing Zero Mission because I have worked my fingers to the nub, shine sparking, and I think I deserve that, right?
Yeah, she's actually got automail limbs right now.
Yeah, my fingers are automail,
We tried using human transmutation, but it backfired.
majorly.
Yeah.
So now I have no fingers,
Yeah.
basically due to shine sparking. I think we also might do some Spyro games. That's probably a lot later though.
Yeah.
So again, I won't be doing all of them. I'll be doing like a few. I'll probably do 3
Yeah.
because that's the one I've played.
Yeah, the most.
The most, yeah. So probably, yeah.
We're going to do Pokemon as well. You're doing Gen 3
Yeah,
and some of the remakes.
Straight up Gen 3.
We've also got
questions.
Pandora's Tower,
Yeah.
Battlefield 1, and just other stuff. You know, we'll be back and forth. But I'm going to be tackling the Fire Emblem games.
Okay, it's a hit for Battlefield 1. If you see me riding on a horse for like half an hour, don't blame me, I love horses. So it might be a
Longest
bit
Let's
long.
Play ever, and it's just running around in circles.
Exactly, but the horse gameplay is fun in Battlefield 1,
It is.
to be honest. But we'll also be doing, of course, joint Let's Plays.
Oh, like multiplayer stuff,
Multiplayer.
Smash Bros,
So Defo, Smash
Street
Bros,
Fighter, Mario Kart, all that
Street
stuff.
Fighter.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch. Oh god, don't get me started.
But anyway,
Hopefully I won't put a team I want to.
also funny in this game, there's the character there, Murderless. In the Fire Emblem 7, he was just your merchant, and now he kind of acts as an advisor, but he started out like a sniveling coward. It's actually quite hilarious. But anyway, here comes the battle screen, and all I can say is, god damn, that sprite work. Yeah, this is the first game on the Game Boy Advance, and oh god, the sprites look so good. I mean,
They do.
yeah, I still think these are the best looking Fire Emblem games. You know, Fates and Awakening look really nice. Radiant Dawn had beautiful cutscenes, but god damn, that sprite work.
Yeah, there's something. You know how there's just something.
A charm to them.
A charm to like the older things, like the sprite works.
Yeah.
Like with the Street Fighter games, there's a charm to the old
Well,
sprite.
Third Strike's sprite work is incredible.
I know, the games are so hard. I can swear I can't even beat any of the computers.
It's
I
not
just, like,
easy.
stop.
Well, I can if I play as Chun-Li, but that's because Chun-Li's broken.
Yeah.
Or Ken, but that's because Ken is Ken is bae.
Ken is like. I don't say Ken's better than Ryu because probably some people are like, no, Ken's not better than Ryu.
I think Ken's better than Ryu.
I prefer Ken. I don't know, something about Ken. I just like
Ken.
Ken. You don't say Ken, you go Ken.
Anyway, so we're about to storm the castle and take our thing back. You know what's hilarious though about this? If
Go
you
on.
actually go, because in the bonus maps you can use some of the NPCs in this game. If you look at Eliwood's stats, they're like ridiculously good. What illness is he suffering from that he can't take out a bunch of level 1 bandits?
Exactly.
Alright, so here we go. Here's the battle screen of Fire Emblem. You know, pretty basic. Not green units, those are NPCs. Blue units are your team, red units are the enemy. Do the math. You have a certain number of units in your classes, and you have to take down the enemy using, you know, your class skills and your weapons.
Pretty standard, basically.
Pretty standard there stuff.
Basic RPG.
Yeah, well, tactical
That's
RPG.
probably it.
Here's one thing of the Fire Emblem series, the weapon triangle. If you notice, if you attack with different weapons, they'll get different buffs and debuffs and like different stats. because basically in Fire Emblem, they have a triangle system where lances beat swords, swords beat axes, and axes beat lances. So when you fight an enemy, be sure to take into consideration their weapon and also your weapon. Doesn't guarantee you'll win, there's other stuff to look out for, but it is a big part of it. So don't run into an axe user with a lance, because that's just silly. And yeah, you've got stats, strength, skill, speed, luck, defense, resistance and all that jazz. So and you got all these different classes. So let's start with our boy Roy, the Lord. So Lord classes are the main characters for the game. They usually have the highest growth rates, they have access to legendary weapons, and they tend to be like the best use in the game. So Olive, will you read out Roy's growth rates?
Okay, well Roy's growth rates are his HP is 80%, his skill is 40%. Oh,
Yep.
sorry, no, I meant strength, sorry.
Yeah.
Strength is 40%, his skill is 50%, speed is 40%, luck is 60%, defense is 25%, and resistance is 30%.
Okay, so yeah, those aren't too bad growth rates. So so based on that, you think, okay, Roy's going to be the one to go with. Guess what?
What?
Roy sucks.
Okay.
Alright, there's more to it than that. But as far as Lords go, Roy kind of sucks.
Compared to others.
Oh yeah, it's not mainly to do with his stats, it's to do with his promotion, which we'll get into later down the line. But, so yeah, here's the battle screen. And, goddamn, love these attack animations.
There's just something about them you gotta love.
Yeah, so as you can see, because I had a sword, I have a 100% chance to hit. He had 41, which is why he dodged. But which is why I dodged, sorry. But yeah, naturally, always, this is why you use your units to take, the right units to take on the right classes. And here's Roy's first battle. Let's see how he does. First fucking attack, Roy!
Shit!
Nah, but this brings me to one of my biggest issues with the game. The RNG is fucking awful.
Do you know what? That moment with Roy, it just kind of cemented how I feel, especially in life. It's like, oh, look, a problem, yeah, I can take it head on.
You literally take it head on.
Like, no, can't do it.
Alright, let's get into the classes. So this is a knight.
Best.
Alright, we'll get into that. Alright, knights are the tanks of your team. The physical tanks, not magical tanks. They're the physical tanks of your team. They're going to be taking all the punishment, dishing it back out. They tend to have good strength. The only problem with knights is they're slow, so they can get doubled easily, and they have low movement. Now, knights are my favourite class of Fire Emblem. I made that apparently in my first list.
Same here.
You didn't make a list.
Yeah, but I agree with you that knights are the best.
But here's the thing. While knights are my favourite class, until Fire Emblem 7, knights in Fire Emblem were pretty bad. And this game is no exception. The knights in this game aren't very good. And it's not just the stats, it's the fact that this game has very large maps later on. And because knights lack so much movement, there isn't much point in using them. That and the fact that knights in this game aren't very good. With that said though, I will be using a knight for this playthrough because they're my favourite class and I always have a knight on my team. But it's not going to be Boars, even though he's the best of them. The knight we're going to use comes in Chapter 8. And everyone who's played Binding Blade just foamed at the mouth. But we'll get there when we get there.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about, but we'll save that for later.
Okay, got it.
Okay, next class, Cavaliers. Cavaliers are a very middle-of-the-road, can't go wrong with class. They're very well-rounded. They tend to do well in speed most of the time. They've got high movement. So they're a class you really can't go wrong with, but they don't tend to be like the best ones out there. But one thing that is interesting is that both characters, Lance and Alan, are part of the Cain and Abel archetype.
Alan.
Shut up. Okay,
good commentary.
Okay, this is an archetype because the first two of Cavaliers you got in the original Fire Emblem were killed Cain and Abel, and basically they were red and green. Abel being green, Cain being red. Basically, Cain, I believe it goes. Cain had better strength and defense, and Abel had better speed and skill. And in every Fire Emblem game, you always start with two Cavaliers. The red one tends to have better strength and defense, and the green one has better speed and skill. Olive, we could get up growth rates for the other ones. Just go up to the top.
Do you want Marcus?
We want Lance and Alan.
Okay.
So yeah, go to Alan.
We'll start with Alan.
Yeah, so
Okay.
growth rates.
Well, Alan's growth rates are HP is 85%, strength is 45%, skill is 40%, speed is 45%, luck is 40%, defense is 25%, and resistance is 10%.
Yeah, and Alan? Sorry, Lance. We already did Alan.
This is Lance, making sure of that. Okay, growth rates seem pretty similar anyway. His HP is 80%, his strength is 40%, Skill is 45%, speed is 50%, luck is 35%, defense is 20%, and resistance is 15%.
So yeah, like I was saying, Lance faster, has more skill, Alan hits harder, has more defense. But they're both very useful. In fact, in this game in particular, these are some of my favorite Cavaliers. I really, really like Lance and Alan. I think they're really good. But like every Fire Emblem game you get them, like in Awakening, there's Stahl and Sully, even though Sully has higher speed and skill. And next class is the Archer class with Walt. Archer is pretty much as it goes. They attack from range, they have high skill, and yeah, that's how it goes. The only thing is Archers can't attack from point blank. You have to be you have to be a space away.
Ashen.
Yeah, but obviously, if the enemy doesn't have a ranged weapon, they can't retaliate.
So they're good for like attacking.
They're good for picking off units, and also they're super effective against certain classes, which we'll get into when we actually in the next part.
Yeah, when we actually get to the classes.
Yeah. And as you may have noticed down at the bottom when Olivia said Marcus, in Fire Emblem games you tend to start with a pre-promoted unit because classes in this game can advance into better versions. And Marcus is a paladin. Will you get up his growth rates, please?
Yep.
Look for his Fire Emblem 6 ones because he's also in 7. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. So Marcus's growth weights. Wabbit. His growth rates are his HP is 60%, his strength is 25%, skill 20%, speed 25%, luck 20%, defense 15%, and resistance 20%.
Cool. Get up, Walt, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, his growth rates are low, but that's because he's already promoted and his base stats are much higher. Then the purpose of a pre-promoted unit is basically, if you're having a hard time in the game, they can be there to really help you. I wouldn't say rely on them, because quite often, not always, the units you train up from the ground up will become better, but as far as pre-promotes go, I'm not huge on Marcus, I don't really like him, but there are some really good ones in the series, as we'll see later on, with like Fire Emblem, Sacred Stones, Awakening, and Path of Radiance. And finally, you got Walt? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, now for Walt's growth rates. God, I feel like, what's his name? Oh, my third. Oh, Wabbit. Gosh, I can't speak today. His HP is 80%. His skill is 40%. Strength is... Oh, sorry. Let me start again. I'm bad at this. His HP is 80%. His strength is 40%. His skill is 50%. His speed is 40%. Luck 40%, defense 20%, and resistance 10%.
So yeah, overall he's pretty well rounded, and Walt is actually a pretty decent choice for this game, but we're not going to keep him only because we're getting not the same class, but a very similar class later down the road who just shits on everyone. And you've got Balls there?
Yep. Okay, Ball's growth rates are, his HP is 90%, his strength is 30%, skill 30%, speed 40%, luck 50%, defense 35%, and resistance 10%.
Yeah. To be fair, if you are going to choose a knight in this game, just for statistical reasons, go with Boars, but I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I think you've put too much trust in me. I've messed up twice. Too much trust and faith. I can barely read.
I know, but don't worry, we'll get through this. But yeah, so basic rules of Fire Emblem: get to the end, beat the enemies, so on and so forth. There is more to it than that, and there's leveling up and stuff. Growth rates, they don't always, every playthrough will be different. You might get characters who get RNG screwed, who get really lucky, get really high growth rates, but it always varies. They're just like the likeliness of happening. And there goes Roy. Did we level up? Oh, and Roy's first level up. Let's see what happens.
You get nice music.
That too. HP, luck, and defense went up. Not bad.
So obviously as you level up, your
stats improve. Yeah, Fire Emblem is all about the numbers. I mean, granted, I'm kind of grasping at straws here, but even though some units are better than others, you can, if you try hard enough, make even some of the lesser units in the game good. It's just not worth the effort in some cases.
Yeah.
Then again, who am I to talk?
Exactly, especially with the current character coming up.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's other units too. There are other units in Fire Emblem that are just as shitty.
Okay, well, seeing as I played obviously Awakening, and
you know a lot about Sacred Stones.
Yeah, so I haven't really.
Yeah, like Donald's a good example. Donald starts with terrible bases, but his growth rates are insane. And in Awakening you can grind. So if you put in the effort, he's worth it. It's just Binding Blade has a different mentality because you can't grind. That and knights suck in this game in particular. Which
is sad.
It is sad, but they get better as the series goes on, and
And then you get freaking Gilliam.
Yeah, but well, I think Fates showed everyone just how amazing knights can be.
Yeah.
God damn Effie.
Actually, I started Fates.
Birthright,
yeah, but I never finished it because I think...
Because you're terrible at finishing games.
Well, yeah, but to be honest, I was just playing as Corin and I was like, I'm not feeling invested. I was like, this isn't... I miss Robin, basically, was how I felt.
I miss Robin,
I want Robin back, because Corin, it was very much like... the story is focused on you. Like,
yeah.
If you go like in, of course in, what's it called? Awakening.
Yeah.
It's very much like these events would have happened anyway, but you're just kind of there.
You're the onlooker.
Yeah, like you're there to kind of help them get through it.
You're not the focus of the story. Again, it's the problem of Corin.
You're like the catalyst in Fates.
And yet you're such a piece of wood.
I know.
But anyway, we're focusing on Binding Blades, so let's focus on that.
Yeah. I have to actually start playing more Fire Emblem games.
Yeah, I recommend you play Sacred Stones. You've seen it so much, and it is a good one. But
I think I got to like chapter 3.
And then what?
I think I stopped.
Again, you're terrible at this.
I know.
I swear you've like gone through Pandora's Tower like twice and still haven't beaten it.
To be honest, like I play it at the worst moments.
Yeah, I know.
I play it just before I'm starting up, school again.
Yeah, and that and the fact that every time you start something, you then immediately drop it and say, "Oh, I want to watch Alchemist again."
I'm sorry, but there are priorities in my life, and it's called Alchemist. Before my Alchemist Brotherhood, and that's my priority in life.
Yep. To be fair, it makes sense. I mean, Alchemist is a fantastic anime, and funny enough, it was your gateway anime.
It was, and I think I'm actually glad of that. Like one of the best animes to start with.
Yeah, but the way you went about it was weird. You watched it. Well, first of all, you watched the original, so the first thing you saw was the transmutation, and you were quite young at the time.
Yeah, but I adjusted.
Yeah, and then you didn't even watch it properly. It's like, I watched the action scenes. Cool, I watched Brotherhood, I watched the action scenes, and then you went back and watched it properly.
Yeah, then when I watched it properly, I was like, okay. I missed out big time the first time round.
Yes, and then and then you've got it on DVD for the cheapest price ever.
I know. I just saw it there. It's there like what most of the time it's about what like
£35?
£37. It was there for like $24.99. I was like buying it.
You bought it.
I bought it, and then I come home one day and I just go up to my room, shut the door, like no one is allowed to interrupt me.
Interrupt me, and I will kill you.
Exactly, walk in on me, and you will not leave.
Yeah. To be fair, though, again, it is a wonderful gateway anime, and it's just funny that most people start with either the classic 90s stuff, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, or the more recent stuff, Sword Arts, Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. Liv is here just like, Alchemist, bitches.
Bitch ass Alchemist. But yeah, but I think because Alchemist had so many like genres in it.
Yeah, it does everything well.
Yeah, it kind of allowed me to think like, oh, I like this element of Alchemist. Well, this anime is like this element of Alchemist. I'm like, oh, I'll check that out.
Yes. And you've watched it so fucking much, but then again, I'm the king of rewatching certain anime.
Well, there you go. So you can't exactly.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've watched High School of the Dead.
Exactly.
I honestly can't. I've watched it a lot.
So you're being a big. But
come on, Roy, you can win. Oh, critical hit. Yeah, that stat at the bottom, crit. If a unit lands a critical hit, they deal triple damage and have a really cool attack animation. Roy just landed one of those, so go him.
Critical hits just do more damage, I guess.
Triple damage, yeah.
Triple damage.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was like double damage.
No, it's triple. Fates, it's quadruple.
So, do you know how in like, again, this isn't this game. Of course, in Awakening, you have like these little skills that like do certain things when you do a crit. Do you still have that in this game?
Well, no, because the critical animations and the skills animations are basically the same. This game doesn't have skills. Yeah, skills were in other Fire Emblem games. They were in Fire Emblem 4 and 5, but this one doesn't have skills.
Yeah, another thing I noticed, in obviously like the like games like this and like Sacred Stones 7 and stuff, you got like C's, whereas in like Awakening and stuff, it's just kind of like...
Oh, that's because Awakening's level design and most of the maps are just routes. Whereas Fire Emblem has there's a lot of varied levels in Fire Emblem. There's C's, defend, escape, route, defeat the boss. There's a lot of that. This game, though, a lot of it is just C's, which is annoying.
Okay.
Most of the maps are C's, and this is going to be a big problem later on, where you have to carry Roy through them when he's maxed out level, but he can't promote. And you've got to just drag him to the end of the level just so you can beat it. It's kind of pointless if you ask me, and I really don't like it.
It's like dragging dead weight. Yeah,
Roy essentially becomes dead weight later, but once he promotes, he becomes good again, but even then, he promotes so damn late. Anyway, now that we've rescued our father, who, He's still suffering
dead.
from the dreaded illness. No, he's not dead. He's suffering from the dreaded illness.
He's either dead or dying.
Yeah, but it's now Roy's turn to lead the army. I'm just convinced that Ali would want him to get him out of the house.
He's like, I
You
love
see this
myself.
face? This is all because of you.
The trouble you've caused me.
Yeah, you got into fucking Smash Bros. Even though you're shit in this game. I'm still not in it. Neither is Lynn.
And he's like so powerful in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's the thing I never got. Like, the sword he has is powerful, but Roy sucks.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks Roy is so strong. No, in Smash Bros. He's strong. Though, to be fair, according to a story, Sakurai originally didn't know how strong Roy was, so he just made him a certain strength. And then he played the game and was like, oh, okay, he's not that good.
Well, too late to change it.
Yeah, too late to change it.
Too late.
And Hector's little girl, Lilina, is heading back to keep her kingdom under peace. And meanwhile, we've got to go meet up with the lords in order to sort this shit out, because Burn is being an asshole.
Burn.
Yes.
Burn, baby, burn. I'm sorry, that name is just
It's the name of a
asking for
continent.
it.
Yeah.
It's just asking for it. Do you know what, if the names of Fire Emblem, I'm going to try pronounce them so that...
And that was your first mistake, don't.
so that eventually I will get better. I can't remember his name. I think it might have been like Gaius, but it took me about
A while.
10 times to get it right.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm saying it now. There's someone's like, you're not saying it right. And I'm like, probably not.
Probably not, but who cares?
Exactly.
And yeah, so this is our starting team. As the game goes along, you will recruit more characters, and we'll see them in the next chapter. But for now, we got through the first chapter. Hooray!
And everyone seems to have like really bright coloured hair.
Yeah, they
no
do.
one's just blonde or brunette. It's like, I've got
No,
green
see, in the
hair.
world of Fire Emblem, everyone's hair is like multiple colours.
Like, I've got green hair. I've got blue hair. And you're like, oh.
But anyway, that was the first chapter of the Let's Play. In the next chapter, we'll be moving on to, meet a certain plot and point character, get more units, and I hope you all enjoyed us for this first part, but we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
See ya!